Sweep the leg.
What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're back here. It's Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. This is episode number 6. Speaking of the number 6, Route 66 Auto Repair, full service auto repairs, fluids, brakes, engines, transmissions, most importantly, snacks and Wi-Fi. That's right, treating our customers right here. Speaking of customers, we have got a customer car, a story mission, a car that was dropped off to us. Wow, and it is a hunk of shit. And I tell you, this kid didn't take care of it. And we're gonna get into that in this episode. I also got a cool Mustang, because everybody loves a good Mustang, and we got to do some work to this thing. I downloaded some DLC content, so we're going to start seeing some cool cars in the game. And take a look at what we've done. We have reached level 10, and we've saved up $10,142, and you know what that means. That means in this episode, we are going to go to the junkyard and we're going to try and find a hunk of crap or two, and we're going to turn around and flip them and try and make some money here. Eventually, we're going to have enough money to go to a barn or to find some really cool car and restore it. I'm really excited. This series is underway. It's getting hot and heavy in here. So grab your tissues, paper towels, whatever else you need to clean up your drool. Let's get right into it. All right, first things first, we go into examination mode. We are going to examine the entire car. We're going to get those free experience points. Everybody loves free experience points, and if you don't, what the hell's wrong with you? And speaking of free experience points, go ahead and ask yourself the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? If the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now. Go into your refrigerator, grab some milk, and dump it on your head, and then subscribe to the channel. What the hell are you waiting for? And don't forget to hit the like button. Even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit the like button. It's part of the YouTube rules. And leave your comments down below. Doesn't even matter what you say. All right, we have finished our examination of the car. We got some free experience points. Let's go ahead and move this car into the garage. And there it is, up on the lift. You can tell the front end of this car is all tore up. He's missing a wheel. How the hell does that happen? Yeah, well, we're not supposed to ask him what happened to the car. Apparently, he picked up some girl, had a little bit of fun. Maybe he was trying to impress her, and he drove all around God's green earth into the desert, hitting cactuses and crap like that. And that's not good for any car. So here are the parts that we have to fix. And there, of course, are some parts that have not yet been discovered. In addition to those parts, we got to fix some of the body parts, and then we have to change some of the fluid. So let's get right into this thing. Tell you what, first things first, let's run some diagnostics on it. Get some additional free experience. All right, 3 tires, pretty good tread. Now we're gonna run the electronic multimeter. All right, the alternator, 31%, that's not very good. Everything else looking pretty good. All right, the compression tester, let's go ahead and run that. All right, looks like everything inside the engine is working pretty good. Now the OBD scanner. All right, there it is. Spark plugs, ignition coils, all that stuff looking pretty good. One last test to run the fuel pressure test. All right, everything looking good there. All right, well, it looks like we did identify one of the not discovered parts. We got one more left to go. Let's start getting into the engine and fixing some of this stuff. All right, first things first, this radiator has got to go. But before we do that, we got to drain some of this fluid out. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of this coolant. And that way we won't get charged $50 for spilling it all over the floor. All right, one radiator coming out. Before we take that out, we got to get this radiator fan housing out of the way. Now we can take this radiator out. All right, with the radiator gone, we can look at the alternator. Looks like this alternator is going to need to be replaced too. We're going to add that to the shopping list. And before we get that off, we got to take some of these bits and pieces off. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, the roller's got to come on out. And now the serpentine belt, let's get that off of there. And there is the alternator. Let's take it off. Got to unscrew it, because that's going to need to be replaced. I was just kind of swiveling around here in the engine. We have got this front exhaust section. Looks like that's going to need to be replaced. Coming down underneath the car, you can see this oil pan down here. That's going to need to be replaced. And we have some other suspension pieces here. Looks like the steering rack. That's going to need to be replaced. So we are going to get underneath of the car eventually and look at all this stuff. For right now, let's go ahead and buy that alternator. And we're going to buy the radiator here. There we go. Now the alternator's under the electronics sections. Let's go ahead and buy that. One alternator, 200 bucks. All right, let's put the alternator back on here. All right, brand new alternator going in. Now we're gonna just put all this stuff back. None of this stuff needed to be replaced. Oh, whoa, whoa, the serpentine belt. Hang on, serpentine belt. This thing was at 6%. Let's take that back off. Serpentine belt B. All right, let's go ahead and buy a serpentine belt B. That was bad, whoops. Okay, I don't know how you mess up a serpentine belt by running over a cactus, but look, whatever. All right, new serpentine belt going back on. And put the idle roller back on. Okay, we're good there. All right, now we got to get this radiator back in here. Brand new radiator going in. Customer's going to love that. And we're going to get paid pretty handsomely for this job, I think. Now the radiator fan housing. Let's put these things back in. Very good. All right, we're gonna have to replace the tires on some of these, and we're gonna have to like fix up this wheel, get another brand new wheel. But before we do all that, let's go ahead and get underneath of the car, and let's take a look at some of these pieces that need to be replaced. The oil pan's gonna need to be replaced. This front exhaust section, before we take the oil out, we gotta drain the old oil. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go, draining the old oil out. Don't want to take the oil pan off and get charged 50 bucks because you just dumped oil in your face. All right, let's go ahead and put that back. Here we go. The oil pan. All right, the oil pan is off. And while we're in here, let's just take a peek up in here. I don't see anything that's too obnoxious. All these bits and pieces are looking pretty good. All right, there's a new oil pan. Let's go ahead and buy it, 150 bucks. Now we can go ahead and put it back on. There we go, brand new oil pan on. All right, one of the things we had to replace was this front exhaust section. Let's go ahead and spin the camera around. And we are gonna take this front exhaust section off. All right, here's a brand new front exhaust section. Let's go ahead and buy this. And let's stick it back on. There we go, brand new front exhaust section is on. Customer is definitely gonna be happy about that. I tell you what, before we get into the steering rack, we're gonna have to take the wheels and tires off. Now let's go ahead and do that now. All right, that is a crusty looking wheel. Let's get it off. Now the back wheels look okay, but we're gonna take them off just in case there's something in there that we need to replace. All right, taking off the last wheel and tire. I tell you, unscrewing this is very satisfying. Love this game. All right, wheels and tires are off. Let's get back under here, take a look at the steering rack. In order to take this off, we got to take off this inner tie rod. And in order to get to that, we got to take out this outer tie rod first. All right, outer tie rod coming off, inner tie rod coming off. All right, now we got to go to the other side, do the same thing. Outer tie rod, inner tie rod coming off. All right, tie rods are off. Let's go ahead and take this steering rack off. We'll add it to the shopping list. All right, and here is a brand new steering rack. Let's go ahead and buy 800 bucks. All right, let's put that bad boy back on. There we go, brand new steering rack installed. We're gonna put the inner tie rods back. Let's go do this side. And now let's put those outer tie rods back on. There's the right side done. And here is the left side. And boop, putting that back on, screw it in, and there we go. All right, while we're in here, you know we gotta check these rubber bushings. All right, rubber bushings are looking okay. Always a culprit, the stupid rubber bushings. All right, coming around, this one looks okay. And then this one right here looks okay as well. All right, you can see right here, kind of ghost highlighted is this medium intercooler. We got to buy one of those for this car. And there it is, a medium intercooler, 250 bucks. Let's go ahead and slap this bad boy on. There it is, medium intercooler is on. And everything else from a general perspective under there looks pretty good. Taking a quick glance at the back, I don't really see anything in here. I mean, swiveling around, everything looks okay. Rubber bushings look okay. All the bits and pieces in here look okay. All right, so it looks like we've discovered all the parts. I guess the missing part was discovered while we were doing our thing there. The only thing we have to do for this section is the rims and the tires. Let's go ahead and take care of that. All right, we took 3 wheels and tires off the car. One of them was pretty bad, so let's go ahead and separate that one out. It looks like it was this one. Let's go ahead and take the tire off, see if we can look at this wheel. All right, taking a look, here is the wheel. It's at 15%. We are not going to be able to repair it. Tires are looking pretty good though, so we just need a new rim. Let's go ahead and add it to the shopping list. And we're going to go into the rim shop. And there it is. It's the rim that we need, but what size do we need? Take a look back in the inventory. It's a 19-inch. There's no offset on it, so a 19-inch rim. Back to the rim shop, and we need 2 of these guys. We'll say 2. We need 19 inches. All right, let's go ahead and buy these wheels. Now we also need a tire for the new wheel that we bought. These are 235/35 19s. It's a sport tire. So let's get into the tire shop. We need a sport tire. 235/35 19. There's a sport tire. Size is going to be 19, 235 35s. And we just need 1. All right, now let's install the new tire on the new wheel. Then we got to throw it on the wheel balancer, and then we can put these back on the car, and that task is going to be done. Now we'll head over to the wheel balancer. Let's go ahead and balance this out. Oh, here we go. Little mini game. How fun. All right, there we go. Now the wheel is balanced. Let's go ahead and take it off. And now we're at the point where we can put all of the wheels back on. All right, putting all the tires back on, and then we're going to have to fix the body pieces. And basically, we're not going to be able to fix them yet, but we are going to be able to purchase new body parts, and then we'll be able to put those body parts back on the car. Hopefully, this job is going to pay us out a lot of money. It's just going to be more money that we have to take to the junkyard so we can buy our first junker and flip it around for a profit. All right, front wheels going on now. All right, well, I forgot to install the tire on the messed up wheel that we replaced, so whoops. Let's go ahead and do that now, and then we're going to balance it. Okay, now that's all balanced. Let's go ahead and throw this last one on the car. All right, here we go. Last wheel and tire going on. All right, that part of the job has been complete. Now, before we start doing any body work, here's what we're going to do. We are going to take this car to the car wash. Here we are at the car wash. That's right, we're at the car wash. Let's wash the car. Oh, look at that, suds it up. Get some of that muck and grime off of there. And look at it, it looks like a brand new car. I mean, except for the front where the kids smashed it all up. While we're at it, we're gonna detail the inside. I mean, look at that, they're gonna appreciate this. All right, car is all washed. Let's take it back over to the garage. And we have got to do some work here. Now, taking a look at the toolbox and some of the upgrades that we've been able to make, we do have some skills in the Renovator perk, which will allow us eventually to fix body parts and pieces. But we do need to expand our garage at some point so that we can have the workbenches where we're able to do all of this work. And that is definitely going to be coming up in this series. Probably going to be the second goal of the series is to expand our garage. But for right now, we got to work with what we got to work with. All right, so it looks like he needs both front fenders, the front bumper and the hood, headlights, side mirrors, and a windshield. Hopefully we can remember all that. So let's take off the damaged body pieces, take out this windshield. All right, let's go try and buy some parts for this car. All right, here we go. We got body tuning shop. Now here, if there was any special parts, performance parts for this car, or just cool aesthetic parts, it would be under this body tuning shop. Looks like there aren't any available for this car, so we're just going to go into the regular body shop here, pick out the Ford Focus that you see right there, and now we're going to start buying these pieces. Front bumper, 500 bucks. We need both the front left and front right fenders. Let's go ahead and buy those. We need a windshield. Here's the windshield over here. Let's buy that. We need a hood. Buy that. We need headlights. Here's the left headlight. And here is the right headlight. And we need the side mirrors, left side mirror and the right side mirror. All right, let's start with that. Let's put some of this back together. All right, new windshield going in, new right side mirror going in. Here is the front right fender. Let's go ahead and put that back on. New hood being installed. And now the front bumper. All right, now the left front fender going on. And the front of the car is pretty much complete. Let's go ahead and put these headlights in. There's one headlight, And here's the other headlight going in. Now we need a license plate. Let's check out the rear license plate. Oh, it's supposed to say big boy, but instead of the letter B, it's the number 8. Okay. All right, I took the rear license plate off. License plate standard. I don't know what state it's from or anything like that, but I did add it to the shopping list. And we can come over here to the license plate shop. Let's go ahead. License plate standard. We're going to need to buy one of those. And let's customize it. All right, there it is. Big boy. I think that's right. We're going to go with it. All right, here we go. Front license plate. Oh, I don't have the necessary part. Oh, crap. Did I not buy it? Oh, boy. Oh, what are we doing here? Wasting time. That's what we're doing. Now I got to do this all over again. All right, now we've bought the plate. Let's put it on. There it is. Won't the customer be happy? All right, let's take off this left side mirror, and we're going to replace it with a new one. There it is. Now, everything looks pretty good here. I mean, it's not the same color. We don't have a paint shop yet. Checking out the car status. Oh, why is it still showing a rim and a tire that need to be replaced? Let's go ahead and mark them and see what the hell's going on. I mean, honestly, all of them are good. You know what? I bet you it's one of those stupid things where you got to put the 100% wheel on the front where it was missing. And that's just the dumbest thing. That's one thing I don't like about this game. Now we got to check our inventory. This one's 89%. Let's put it back on. We're going to have to check all of these wheels and put the brand new one on the front. All right, this is the brand new one, the 100% one. So let's go make sure we put it on the right place. God forbid you have it on the wrong place. I mean, this game's pretty sensitive like that. Like if you take a spark plug and you replace the spark plugs, you got to put the brand new one back in the same slot where it came out of. All right, here we go. Let's put the brand new wheel and tire on this side so the game's happy. All right, that should do it. Let's go ahead and put this thing back together. Oh my God, are you serious? Now the rim? Oh my God, we got another brand new rim, but we need to put it in the front. I mean, this is so stupid. This is absolutely absurd. We know that the front right wheel and tire are right. We had to take all the other wheels and tires off. Now we got to separate them again to find out which was the 100%. I mean, there's no way to tell here which was the new wheel. I'm assuming it was this 92% one, but we can't be too sure. So now we got to separate them, find the brand new wheel, and put that one on the front. You got to make sure it's on the front, in the right spot. Oh boy, this game can be annoying in that regard. All right, that's the 100% wheel. So let's keep that separated. Let's put the other tires back on. All right, now we'll go back here and we'll reverse it all. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy. Now we got to rebalance it. All right, now let's put this one in the right spot. Hopefully it makes the game happy. Let's take a look here. Oh, yay. Everything is good. Unmark that. We fixed the body parts. Now we got to change the coolant fluid and refill the washer fluid. All right, we already drained out the coolant. Let's go ahead and refill it. Going in is the bright green coolant here. Route 66 Auto only uses the best fluids to fill your car. All right, and here it is, the best washer fluid on the market. I mean, I'm just saying, it is fantastic. 5-star reviews. All right, that's it. The car is done. Let's go ahead and finish the order. Oh, there's no oil in the engine. Oh my God. I mean, will we ever be done with this car? Here we go. Premium oil being put into this Ford Focus. And I'll tell you what, this kid better be happy with this. Better pay us a crap ton of money. We're down to 3,558 credits. All right, here we go. Finishing the job. Man, wow, we got a whole bunch of money for that. Like 11,000 and some. We were up to 15,000 bucks now. And that was a hell of a job. We need more jobs like that. All right, we got this Ford Mustang here. Poor brake performance. None of the parts and pieces have been discovered yet. I tell you what, all we got to do is take off all the wheels and tires and go through all of the brake stuff, and I'm sure we're going to find all those. The loud exhaust is probably the exhaust underneath the car or the up by the manifold in the back of the engine. And of course, all of the tasks with the fluids, we're going to go ahead and take care of that. But before we get to that, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, here, Route 66 Auto. We are already at level 5. We have $15,000, which is enough money. We are taking a trip
to the junkyard.
I mean, this is exciting stuff. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. Oh, wow. And here we are at the junkyard. This is awesome. Our first time here. And wouldn't you just know, it is what a creepy place this is. I'm just saying. But look, it's the Dust Bowl. We've got piles of junk everywhere, old wrecked up cars. And we are on a mission to search through this junkyard and find ourselves a cheap junker to take back to Route 66 Autos and flip it around and make some quick cash. Now let's take a note of how much money we have. $15,135. Take out your pens and paper and write down that number, because at the end of this little skirmish, we're gonna see how much profit we've actually made. So you just gotta walk around here. Normally there's some cars along here, and there's piles of junk. Now later on in the game, when we unlock certain levels, we'll be able to go into those piles of junk and pick out some pieces, take them back to the shop, repair them, and sell them, and make a ton of money that way. So I'm just following along this path, and I don't see any cars. Oh, there's a car right there. Let's take a look. What is this? Oh, it's a little Honda Civic from the early 90s. It's awesome. And wow, we could buy this for $3,231. Man, let's go ahead and do it. Are we sure we want to buy this car for $3,231? Absolutely. Bam, there it is. Our first car purchased from the junkyard was a $3,000 Honda Civic. It's back at the garage waiting for us to go fix it up and flip it. And I tell you what, we still got 11,000 bucks. Let's try and find a second car. If we can find a second car, maybe $5,000, $6,000, man, we're going to be in for a treat. And look, hiding in the corner, what is this? This is a crappy van right here. Look at this thing. I mean, that is a creepy van, no doubt used by some creepy person to ride around trying to pick up little kids. I'm just saying, maybe not. Let me know in the comments down below. Was this van used to try and pick up kids by a creepy old dude? All right, this van, $6,936. Now it's got all of its wheels and tires, doesn't have much of an engine, and it does have some body panels on it. I can't really get to the front to see it. I don't know that we're gonna make money off of this van, so we're gonna leave it right here for now. And let's keep on looking on it. We gotta find something really cool. And what is this? Look at this. This thing's so dirty, I don't even know what it is. It's a Mitsubishi Eclipse from the 90s as well. It's got 92,000 miles on it. And this thing, they're asking $6,741. I mean, it's got good body panels. It's got wheels and tires, pretty much half of an engine there. And I tell you what, I think we can make some money with this thing. We're gonna be fixing up the body panels, giving it a wash. Man, this is a contender right here, $6,700. But let's take a walk around and see if there's anything better. And we will come back to that if we don't find anything better. Oh, take a look here. This looks like a Dodge Charger. Here we go. It's a Plymouth Roadrunner, and they are asking $6,418 for this. Man, I tell you what, I like this better than the Eclipse. It does have some body panels on it, and not much of an engine, but these have got to be worth more than an Eclipse. What do you think? Tell you what, that's a beauty. We could wash and fix that thing up with the welder. Let's go ahead and walk around here. Take a quick look. Looks like the Plymouth Roadrunner is the leading contender. What is this? All right, it's an old Toyota from the early 80s, the first generation 86, $6,303. Taking a look at it, it does have all the body panels. Engine, well, it's got some pieces in there, so, I mean, it might hold its value when we get it back to the shop. Tell you what, this is a pretty good contender as well. All right, we're still going to walk around. I think the Roadrunner's our best bet here. Let's take a look down all these little aisles. We already picked one over there. I don't see anything over this side. Let's go over this side. And I don't see any other cars here. So I tell you what, we got a choice to make. The Roadrunner or that Toyota. I think we're going to go with the Roadrunner. It's a cooler car. It's got to be worth more money. Let's go ahead and buy it and put it back in the garage. All right, bam. Car is back in the garage waiting for us. And we still have 5,000 bucks left, which is going to be a lot of money where we can use the welder. And I tell you what, one more thing we're going to do here before we go back to the garage, and that's look in some of these piles of junk. And what you're looking for are old steering wheels and seats. There's a steering wheel. There's a steering wheel. There's a seat. Because a lot of these cars, you can pick up old steering wheels and old seats for real cheap, and we'll throw them in the cars if they're missing them, And then when we go to flip them, the return on investment is huge. All right, no wheels and seats there. So we're just gonna walk around, check some of these piles out, and then we're gonna head back to the garage. Oh, here's a nice looking steering wheel. And there's a seat. Now, if they're too expensive, we'll go ahead and drop them before we get back to the garage. Oh, here's a seat. Here's another seat. Now, you don't have to go and look through every single pile here because we're not looking to buy a million seats and steering wheels. All right, before we return to the garage, here's the total of the seats and the steering wheels that we bought. Now, one thing I like to do is I don't like to buy any seats that are over 30 bucks. And certainly this steering wheel that's $52. I'm not really looking to spend $52 on a steering wheel. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to remove the steering wheels that are over 50 bucks. No need to buy those expensive ones. And let's get rid of this $40 seat. Nobody needs a $40 seat. So here we're going to pick up 3 seats in the steering wheel. Total was 100 bucks. Let's go ahead and check out and get back to the garage. All right, back at the garage, here is the first of the junkers, the Honda Civic. Man, this is a piece of crap. And I tell you what, here's the process of what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into examination mode. We're gonna examine the entire car. And then once the entire car is examined and we get that free experience points, we're gonna head over to the car wash and we're gonna wash it up. And then once that's done, we're gonna use the welder to fix all the body parts. And then we're gonna flip it and see how much money we can make. All right, we've examined the car. Now let's go ahead and look at the car status. And we go over to this screen here and it looks like already we have $163 in profit if we sold it right now. Of course, that's not real numbers. And if you look inside, it's missing 2 seats. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add in 2 of those junker seats that we bought. And it doesn't matter, just put in 2 mismatched seats. No one cares. All right, let's shut the door. And now let's take a look back at that screen and that we've gone up to $296 in profit. That's $130 in profit for 2 $30 seats. All right, let's go ahead and move the car over to the car wash. All right, now we're in the car wash. You can see we're already starting to make some money washing the outside. Now, washing the outside doesn't really make you any money, but it does make you feel good inside. The real value comes here with the interior wash, and you're gonna wanna do that, and that's gonna spike up the profit. All right, now the profit's 506 bucks. All right, moving the car inside to the garage, and here it is, lift number A. And now's where we go over to the welder. You move the welder to bay number 1. Come over here, we're gonna use the welder. Now this is gonna cost us 600 bucks, but it's worth it because the amount of profit we can make when we flip this car around is gonna be great. All right, you can see the welder did its job. Some of the body panels now look really, really good. There's still some crappy ones on here. And later on in the game, you'll be able to take these body panels off, go into the garage expansion, fix them up, put them back on the car, and make even more profit. Taking a look at the car status now, 1,687 bucks in profit. That's all we can do to the car really right now to make a quick buck. So we are gonna go ahead and we are gonna sell this car right now. All right, there we go. The car is sold. Now we're gonna go outside and look at our second car. All right, here's the second junker that we bought. This is that Plymouth Roadrunner. Taking a look at the car status, $593 in profit already in this car, which is excellent. Going into examination mode, getting those free experience points. All right, got those free experience points. Let's look inside. We got seats, but we are missing a steering wheel here. So let's go ahead into the assembly and let's just add in that steering wheel that we picked up. There it is. It's a BMW steering wheel. Who cares? Nobody's gonna ask any questions. Let's take a look at the value. Wow, we went from $593 up to $704 in profit just from adding a $15 steering wheel on there. I mean, that is awesome. And that's why early on, you wanna pick up those steering wheels and the seats at the junkyard. And that way you can just throw them in these cars that you're flipping and just get that much more profit. All right, interior detailing is going on right now. Car is looking better already. Let's go ahead and move it to the garage. All right, now the car's in the garage. Let's go ahead and use this welder. Usually this is gonna cost you like $1,000. This one's $13.50, wow. But the return on investment is gonna be great. All right, welder doing its job. You can take a look. Some of these body panels are looking absolutely beautiful. And that's pretty much all we can do to it. Let's take a look at how much profit. $4,382 in profit, wow. All right, let's go ahead and sell it. All right, so we went to the junkyard. We picked up 2 junkers. We brought them back. We got free experience points. We took them to the car wash. We brought them in. We used the welder, inserted seats and steering wheels where they needed them, and then we sold them. And as you can see, our total right now, $19,159. And for those of you keeping track at home, that is a $4,000 profit from where we started. We started with $15,135, went to the junkyard, did all that stuff, and now we have $19,159. So you can see if you repeat this process 3 or 4 times, you're going to end up with like $12,000, $15,000 in profit. And then once you get that much profit rolling, you're really going to start seeing your bank account go up. $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Then you'll be able to go over to the toolbox here and you're going to be able to buy the garage expansion, get the body repair tables, you get the paint shop, you get all the stuff, an extra lift, and you will really start racking up the dough. I don't even know what that means. All right, and let's not forget about the Mustang that we have sitting out here. Let's examine it, get it up on the lift, fix the brakes, do all the other things we got to do to make this customer happy. All right, the beautiful Mustang is in the shop. It's up on the lift. Let's go ahead and take these rims and tires off, get into the brakes, and get those fixed. All right, last wheel coming off here. And let's go ahead and take a look at these brakes. Already you can see brake caliper going to need to be replaced on this side. These brake pads look good, but we're going to take them off and just look at them. All right, they're looking good. Brake disc looks pretty good here. Put the brake pads back on. All right, let's go ahead and buy a new brake caliper for this side. All right, there we go. Put that back on. All right, that side's done. Let's go ahead and take a look at this other side. Yep, another brake caliper is going to be needed over here. And this brake pad looks good as well. All right, one more brake caliper is being bought. And we're going to put that back on this side. All right, here we got a whole bunch of mess on this side. This brake caliper is going to need to be replaced. Looks like the brake disc and maybe also the pads. Yeah, pads are bad. Brake disc ventilated. And that looks like everything on this side. Let's go ahead and replace all that. All right, and here's a brake disc ventilated. Now later on in the game, you're going to be able to go into the back and you're going to be able to put these brakes on a lathe and fix them yourself instead of having to go out and buy new ones. And that'll save you a little bit of money. Plus, it's a pretty cool skill to have. Lathing brakes. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? All right, this side's looking pretty good, actually. I mean, we're going to do our due diligence by taking off the calipers and the pads. And that one looks pretty good. Pads look pretty good. We can go ahead and put those back on. All right, we checked all the brakes. There's still a part that's we haven't discovered. So a lot of times when you come in here, it's this ABS thing right here, the ABS module. We're going to go ahead and take this off and replace it. And then the brake job will be done. Now that's going to be under the electronics section, the ABS module, $700. Let's go ahead and buy that and put it back on. All right, there it is. That is all done. Next job is to try and fix this loud exhaust. And I saw some bits and pieces under here that were all rusted out. You can see it right here. There's the front exhaust pipe. Let's go ahead and add that to the shopping list. Take it off. There's also a piece here, the exhaust manifold, but that is only accessible from the engine bay. And it looks like on the other side here too, the exhaust manifold. We're going to need 2 of those. All right, let's go ahead and buy the pieces now. There's the exhaust pipe, the exhaust manifold. We need 2 of those. We can put this exhaust pipe back now. And then taking a quick peek at the exhaust pipes and everything else looks good. So we can put the car down, get into the engine, replace the manifolds, and that should be it for the exhaust issues. All right, here it is, the exhaust manifold coming off. A lot of screws on this thing. There's nothing wrong with a lot of screwing. All right, old one's off, a new one going on. And that's it, screw it in. All right, same thing on the other side. Old one's coming out and the new one's gonna go in. All right, there it is, all replaced. Taking a look at the car status, the exhaust, the brakes, everything's done. All we gotta do is all the fluids and this car will be done. All right, let's get to that drain tool and get all this fluid out. Power steering fluid's out. And now the coolant. All right, sucking out that brake fluid, whoo boy. And the windshield washer fluid, very important. All right, now all we gotta do is put new fluid back in, because fluids are important to a car, just like to your body. You gotta drink fluids. If you don't, you're gonna be dehydrated. What the hell's wrong with you? All right, brake fluid's done. Now windshield washer fluid. All right, windshield washer fluid done. On to the power steering fluid out of the metal green can. Don't you love it? All right, it's only one thing left, and that is the coolant. And look, we don't even need a funnel. We're so agile and have so much dexterity, we can put coolant in without a funnel. There it is, topping it off. All right, shut the hood and we are done with this job. Let's go ahead and give it back to the customer. Oh God, we forgot to put the rims and tires back on. What the hell's wrong with us? Oh man, if it's not one thing, it's another, I swear. All right, let's put these bad boys back on, finish this job and get paid. And right now we're asking the receptionist to push some more free coffee on the customer, buy us some time while we put these things back on. I mean, look, we got free snacks and Wi-Fi in the waiting room to distract the customers, so that way we can bide our time when we make mistakes like this. I mean, it's only natural. All right, there it is. The car's done. Let's go ahead and give it back. Front wheel sizes are mismatched. What are we doing? Oh my God. Bruh. Okay, taking the tires back off. One thing that you have to remember when you're putting tires back on your cars, sometimes the front sizes and the rear sizes are different. And you can't put the wrong size tires on the front and the rear and vice versa, because then the car will drive all crazy and then the customer will leave a crappy Yelp review and you're going to lose your ass. I mean, this business is not going to survive if you keep putting the tires back on the wrong way. All right, that's it. All the tires are back on. Let's return this car to its rightful owner. And there it is, $3,421. We are up to $20,000 right now. And that is awesome. And look, we have no jobs out here. Do you know why we have no jobs out here? Well, because we haven't gone in and picked a job yet. But I tell you what, we're not going to do any jobs for right now, because in the next episode, we are going to focus on going to the junkyard, buying some junkers, flipping them around, and we want to get our total dollars up, maybe 40,000, 50,000, who knows? Because we are then going to focus on expanding this garage and building a car mechanic empire. Oh yeah, that's right. The people of Route 66 are going to have no idea what hit them. And I tell you what, speaking of hitting people, go ahead and hit that like button. See what I did there? All right, fine. Don't hit the like button. I don't care. But subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so that you're notified of all the content that's coming out. Leave your comments down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. And most importantly, guys, thank you for letting me be a part of your day. It means a lot. We are going to see you right back here in the next video.